Hello and welcome to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for His Dark Materials, Season 2, Episode 6, Malice. That's right, the penultimate episode. We've got one more episode left. So before I get started, let me take care of some business and we'll get down to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. Basically, what YouTube does takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my vast video library and pops it up there just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. Also, if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, you get the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it out every Monday. I was a little bit late today, but I did get to it. Also, I have all the links to my social media on there. So Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon, but no tier set on the Patreon. I'm waiting until I hit 1,000 subscribers. And then that way, if you're giving me money, I'm going to give you something in return. Also, I have all the links to my pages here. So my YouTube channel, my Facebook page, and for those of you who still have Facebook, a Facebook group page where you guys can post stuff and chat amongst yourselves. With that said, spoiler alert, I'm going to spoil the episode. If you have not seen the episode, go and watch it. Come on back. This will be a video. You can comment down below in the comment section. All right, you've been warned. Yeah, it looks like they're wrapping things up a bit. I know that we didn't get an 8th episode out of this because of COVID. So episode 7, which is next week. For us, it's already premiered in Great Britain. But for us, it premieres next week, and that will be the season finale. All in all, not bad. We had some good stuff in this. The witches are now in the Sidagazi world, and they see angels flying overhead, and they're like, well, they're going towards Lord Asriel because he, of course, ripped open the entryway between worlds. So they're going to join up with him. So Ruta decides that she's going to go and find him, bring him back to their world, and get rid of the Magisterium once and for all. In the meantime, Serafina and her group is going to go and find Lyra because of the prophecy. They need to protect her at this point. Will, in the meantime, his hand is infected from the cut from the subtle knife, and he is feverish, sick, and in no mood to face the horde of children that Angelica unleashes on them at this point. And yeah, they make a run for it. And who swoops in but Serafina, who's like, get the fuck away from them. And they do. They run, of course, at this point. So Serafina, of course, tries to heal Will. And she's like, well, I don't know. We don't have the same kind of herbs here. We need to go back to my world in order to find the right herbs, and I can help, possibly heal you, but I don't know for sure. And he's kind of skeptical about this because Lyra has already told him that she's going to help him find his father, who's still alive. And speaking of his father, Lee and Jopari, as Will's father is now known by, are flying towards the tear and go into the Sidagazi world through the tear. So yeah, they're on their way here. And also already here is Mary Malone, who is looking around and seeing what's going on. And we see that she's protected by angels, or an angel at least, and being followed by children as well. I don't know, man. These children are that are in Sidagazi are kind of like, God, like, I don't know, children in the corn, or yeah, they're a bit on the feral side for me. They went feral like really, really fucking fast too, from what it seems like. Yeah, this whole thing. We also have Carlo and Mrs. Coulter going through the rift as well, going to Sidagazi, and that is a whole interesting thing as well because Carlo is really scared of the specters, and Mrs. Coulter, she sees the effect of it and says, well, maybe we can learn from them. Maybe we can use this kind of thing. And she goes to speak to the specters, if you will, and she can control them and sends them out into the hills after Will and the witches and Lyra and all of them. Serafina, by the way, tells Lyra that she's scared of the knife and possibly Will, and Lyra's like, you know what? I already told him I'm going to go find his father. I feel comfortable with him, and wherever he goes, I go, kind of thing, and vice versa. And they, of course, need to find his father. So she tells Serafina this as well. And the witches decide to perform a little spell to see if they can actually heal Will's hand. And it works a little bit, but not so much, not so good. In the meantime, Cardinal MacPhail is also talking to his alethiometer, or through Fra, to find out what his alethiometer is saying. And Fra finally comes clean and says, hey, you know what, Mrs. Coulter asked me about her child, and the alethiometer told me that's not her name. It's not Lyra Balakwa. It's actually something else, and her name is her destiny. And then he goes off about all these prophecy things, like, she'll be the mother of us all. Sin, is gonna basically, she's gonna bring everything crashing down, the magisterium and all of this. So what does he do? He retasks the magisterium to hunt down Lyra and kill her. That's pretty much what he's gone and done at this point. So he sent airships through the void. They are now chasing, of course, Lee and Joffrey, who, of course, sets up a storm and starts taking these guys down. And in the meantime, the specters actually take one of the witches, and Will has to protect her with the subtle knife. We don't know exactly what kind of damage has been done, but we've got some stuff happening. And yeah, and Mrs. Coulter and Carlo makes the mistake of telling her that he feels that he's her equal and he wants to be with her. And so her response is to poison him and kill him. Yeah, you never want to deal with a woman like that and say, "Oh yeah, I'm your equal." Mm-mm. Not if she's pouring the wine. You actually want to stay away from that. You want to make sure that you have the bottle and you've also seen where the glass has been the entire time. Yeah, because she poisons him and kills him. So bye bye, Carlo. We miss you. Yeah, she was very, very cold about that one. Um, but yeah, she had a good reason for it, that he was keeping all that stuff from about Lyra from her, all the stuff that he had learned, and he only came clean about it later on when he says, "This is everything I learned." And she's like, "Well, why didn't I hear about this before? I've been asking you all these months, and you haven't told me anything, and now you've got all this information. What the fuck, dude?" So yeah, she had a good reason for killing him. He wasn't trustworthy. So we've got Will and Lyra and the witches on the run from the specters. We've got Lee and Joffrey, who get shot down by the Magisterium. At the end there, we see them crashing down. We don't know if they've survived. Mary is just kind of tooling around Sitagazi. She meets the kids there, Angelica, and Angelica asks her to stay with her and her friend, and to take care of them and even make them baths and stuff, make them take baths and everything, which was kind of a weird thing, but I was like, all right. Um, and she decides to take them with her to wherever she's going. We don't know at this point. And she's also consulting the I Ching to get answers as to where she's supposed to go to next, because of course she doesn't have the cave anymore to get those answers, and the angels aren't talking to her that way. So yeah, we've got a whole bunch of stuff kind of leading. Everything looks like it's leading to Sitagazi, that everyone's going to come together at Sitagazi here, and we don't know to what ends at this point. We just know that Joffrey needs to find the bearer of the knife. That's what, of course, Mrs. Coulter wants to find. Well, she wants to not just find the knife, but also Lyra, which is going to lead her to Azrael. Ruta is out looking for Azrael at this point because the angels are teaming up with him so that they can take down the Magisterium. And Serafina has found Lyra and Will and is trying to protect them, but also make it her ass handed to her by the specters. Got it? Good. Oh, and Father MacPhail is hunting them all. Well, he's hunting Lyra, really, but yeah. Oh, and Carlo is dead. So yeah, this show went from like 0 to 60 into 180, finally kind of pushed the pedal down there. And we are, like I said, we've got one episode left on all of this. Better late than never, I guess, at this point. I don't know how many people are still on board with this. I know there are some people in my previous chat that I was doing for The Expanse were saying, "Hey, has it gotten any better?" Because I bailed on it after the first, midway through the first season, and I can't fault them for that. It was the first season was just really dry and boring, and nothing really happened. You never felt that anyone was in danger, and it seems like the production value has changed the second season around, and now I actually feel like there's actual danger involved, that our heroes, if you will, have a purpose, that they are, and it's a special purpose too. Um, sorry, it's the Jerk, by the way, for those of you playing at home. Steve Martin, 70s movie. Go and watch it. You'll enjoy it, trust me. Um, and also that they actually feel like they're in danger now at this point too. So versus the first season where it's kind of like la di da di da, I'm gonna touch everything that's dangerous, and I'm not gonna die, because that's the way it was playing out. Like I love, at one point, Seraphina's like, she tells Lyra, "Don't touch that flower; it'll kill you," kind of thing. And at the same time, she goes, uh, "I thought it was special because you can read the alethiometer, but really, it's your stubbornness that is so special," is what she tells Lyra. And yeah, um, I thought that was actually kind of funny. It's like, that's not really a compliment. That's just basically saying that you're very pigheaded and stubborn, and there's no getting through to you whatsoever. As Jimi Hendrix says, you're kind of like crosstown traffic. It's so hard to get through to you. Yeah. Jimi Hendrix, the poet that he was. Yes. Penn says first season also totally wasted a great actor. Yeah, they did. They did. Lord of Asriel. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. And he's not back this second season, and most likely might not be back for a third season either. So who knows? So that's all I got for this episode. I'm looking forward. I saw the preview for next week's episode, and it looks like more of the same of what we got going on here. Hopefully, we get some kind of resolution that doesn't end on too weird of a cliffhanger-ish kind of thing, because I know that they were trying to do things for an eighth episode, but who knows what they're going to do there. But that's going to happen next week. Yeah. And what else do I have going on this week? Well, tomorrow is going to be another episode of Is It Worth My Time? And this time around, it's the 2018 movie called Prospect, which is on Netflix, and it stars a little known actor by the name of Pedro Pascal. Yes, he's in it. And yeah, it's sci-fi. So take a look at that. Wednesday, of course, is another rarely watched show called The Expanse. I'll be doing episode 4 of season 5 on The Expanse. Thursday, I'll be off because, of course, it's Christmas Eve. You guys are going to do some stuff, but I will be back Christmas Day. That's right. I'm going to be back on Christmas Day. You guys don't have to join in. I know you'll be opening gifts and whatnot. I'll be unpacking hell, but Christmas Day, I will be doing the contest results for The Mandalorian. That's right. If you're wondering what the hell the contest is for The Mandalorian, go and take a look at the season 2 finale of The Mandalorian, and take a look in the descriptions. There's a whole bunch of, I put down what the rules are for all of that. Saturday will be Saturday morning blast off, where I take the genre news of the week and any genre stuff we're watching, want to talk about, and we're going to talk about it. And then Sunday is going to be a special movie review of Wonder Woman 1984, which of course is being released on Christmas Day on HBO Max and also in theaters as well. Yeah. James contest can be found here, James McAvoy. I didn't know I was giving away James McAvoy. Well, shit, that's a great prize. Penn Farm Girl says, I'm still watching the last Is It Worth My Time? Danger 5, halfway through season 2. Season 2 is a different animal of Danger 5 than kind of like, I think it was Morks or Apple Crow that was talking about it. I think it was Apple Crow that was saying that season 2 is a decidedly different turn on that, and I agree with him. It's there's actually boobs in that one too in season 2. But it's also, the story was just kind of weird. Thanks, Penn. Penn actually has posted the contest in the chat there as well for those of you looking for the Mandalorian contest. I got to what you were talking about, Penn. I thought that was actually kind of funny though, so we could just use it as, I was giving away James McAvoy, which I'm not really. He's his own person, and slavery's bad. It is. And human trafficking and all that kind of stuff. So I didn't mean to go off on a somber note there, but anyway, what else was I talking about? So if you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. And if you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button down there. And while you're down there, hit that like button and the share button as well. And if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, you can hit the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule that I have up there. I have all the links to my social media up there, all the links to my pages, this YouTube channel, my Facebook page, and a Facebook group page where you guys can post stuff and chat amongst yourselves. All right. Thank you to everybody who joined me tonight in the chat, and thank you if you made it this far in the video. I will see you guys again tomorrow for Is It Worth My Time? So until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may get cut by the subtle knife, and that's a cut that doesn't heal unless you have a lot of magic involved. And who the fuck's got magic at this time of night, and this location, and with this amount of money? I don't think it's going to happen. Thanks, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow. Until then, stay safe, be well, take care, and remember to wear a mask. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you tomorrow. Good night.